Hello and welcome to another random review and how-to. Today I'm going to be showing how to upgrade the 4G chip inside of your Simplisafe module. So if you use the Simplisafe alarms and you have the older model, which is this one right here, this is I think one of their first generation models. I bought this several years ago. Recently it went out of service, it quit working, so I called Simplisafe and was trying to figure out what the issue was, and it has to do with the fact that the chips inside here and the SIM cards run off of the maybe 2G network from Verizon, or I think, I forget what the other one is that they use, but I think mine's through Verizon. I know that because of the card they sent. So I have to upgrade the chip. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you unplug it, but knowing your base station actually runs on batteries, you have to remove the batteries from the bottom. So a couple of the tools I have for this, just knowing there's going to be small screws inside per the directions. I got just these tiny little screws here, screwdrivers. I got a flathead, I got a Phillips, and then I got this one that has some different sizes in it. So I'm going to use that to go ahead and just unscrew the bottom battery pack here. And I'm going to go ahead and remove all of the batteries from here. You see I got my Energizer Max. If you prefer batteries, I would strongly suggest using the Energizer Max one. So I'm going to go ahead and just take these out, if for nothing else to help reduce weight while I'm working on this. Not that it's a big issue, but so I took my 4 batteries out there. Now, when you do call Simplisafe to ask them about this upgrade, if you're having this issue, they're going to ask you for the serial number, and the serial number is located right here on the bottom of this particular model base station. It's down at the bottom, so you can grab that and provide that to them. So I'm going to go ahead, and then this top, I already took it off, but when it's on, you're going to twist it to the left. So you're going to go counterclockwise on that, and it might struggle a little bit, but just twist that and pull it off. So when you get this piece off, you can see in here then that we have our old module. It's this L-shaped here. And if you just need a reference, the one they're going to send you in the mail comes in this package. It comes with the SIM card in it. I don't know if I have to call Simplisafe to activate that. I'm going to find out after I put this back together and see if it comes back online. But pretty much there's going to be 3 screws that we're dealing with here. So you got one here, one there, and one on this side. So to remove this, you got to be careful. Make sure you don't hit anything, but just take out these 3 screws first. And then this little module right here, or these little wires, are going to disconnect, and you're going to snap that off. And you can see on the new module here that we're replacing it with, it has the same connection right there. So we're just going to be using that kind of as our guide. The SIM card already came pre-installed on this one when I got it in the mail. There's no charge for this, and I think I have to send this one back. When I was on with customer support, I'm pretty sure they told me that. So I will be calling just to kind of double check that. So I'm going to go ahead here and just start to unscrew these. They come out real easily. So as I pull these out now, if you're not familiar with Simplisafe and you're just maybe exploring it, I use this in my home, and I really like it. But as I said, this is the older model, so all of the devices I have in the house on the doors and on the windows, I have a glass break sensor, and I have the alarm siren that they have. They all work really good, and I'm probably 6 years old on my system. So if I wanted to upgrade, when I was on the phone with them talking about this, they did say, and this is, you know, maybe just an offer for the timing, but if I wanted to do that, I could upgrade for 50% off of the new system. So that's really nice. And I think that you can use some of the, I don't know if you could use everything with the old system, but I might have to replace all of my door things. So I got that piece out, and you see here I got my wires. I just unplug that. There's nothing, no little clips or anything you have to do. You just pull it right out. So I got that one. I'm going to set that one aside here so I don't confuse the two. And then I got my new chip there, so I'm just plugging that back in, making sure that it's all the way in there and that it's flush against that, so it went in really easily. They did include screws here, so I don't have to worry about keeping those ones. And I'm just going to put this right back on where I pulled it off of. And so I'm lining up my screws there. And I got my tape stuck. You also don't want to over tighten this when you're screwing these in. So I'm just going to get these ones started down, and then I will just adjust them a little bit. If you go too tight, you could risk breaking their board there. So make sure I'm not doing any of that. This is actually a very easy replacement. I didn't know what it was all going to entail, but you can see that took less than probably 2 minutes there to get it out. Put the new one in. Some in nice and tight. Tighten this corner here is a little loose. So there we go, that's in. Plug that in. So once you do that, I will say there is a nice little instruction guide that comes with this. You can see it just has all the steps, so I'm just following along with that. There's 7 steps. So I installed the new wireless module, and now I want to put the base station cone back on. But you know what, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and pop in my batteries, just to make sure everything comes back on. Now, like I said, I don't know if I have to call and reactivate, or if this will just activate right away. And
Welcome to Simplisafe, starting your system in test mode. When you have finished installing your sensors, you may exit test mode by pressing off.
Great, so what I'm going to do is go back upstairs now. Now that this is on, I'm going to plug this device back in. I'm going to go to my keypad to see if it reactivated itself, and then we'll know if you have to do anything extra when it comes to the steps. So I am back at my keypad here. You can see that it is in test mode there. So I'm just going to hit the back button. Now it's telling me the keypad battery. I do have some sensors that aren't working because the batteries are off. But now I have to just check. I'm going to have to go in through my app to see if it's connected through the actual 4G system and if it's reporting back. So I'm going to go ahead and check all that on the phone and then probably call Simplisafe, and then I'll let you know what they say. Okay, so I just got off the phone with Simplisafe. They do strongly recommend that after you do this upgrade that you call just to confirm that it is communicating back and forth. They said it might work anyway, but just to kind of have that peace of mind, you should call. Even if the app's telling it to you, even if your keypad says that it's not, you know, everything looks connected, I would just call. It took 3-4 minutes for me to be on the phone with them. They send a signal back to my base station. You can see it's blinking normally now. Which is also good. So I have it just set up back here. I plugged it in because remember those batteries are just for the backup. And as far as the module goes, originally when I asked for this upgrade, they said that I was going to have to send back the old module with the card in it. But they also just confirmed to me that they do not require that return. They said you might get an email that says you have to return it from Simplisafe, but you actually don't need that. So you could just discard it and throw it away. So that's good news there. Like I also mentioned, they did offer 50% off to upgrade my system right now. This is the original model, so if you have a newer model, there's a chance you're going to get it with the 4G card in it if you're buying it for the first time. I've been using Simplisafe for the last 6 years, and I highly recommend it. I like how simple it is to put it again. It's in the name, Simplisafe. But they offer cameras now. There's an association to Ring Video Doorbell if you use one of those. So if you want to see anything like that, just go ahead to their website and check all of that out. If you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And if you have any questions or comments about this upgrade, please leave those down in the comments below. We answer every comment that comes in. So thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next time.